Thank you guys for attending. I appreciate you guys coming out here today. Hopefully pulled some of you guys out of class, I hope. This is Kyle, I'm Danny. We're two of the four brothers behind Nardo's Natural. We're a Tampa Bay company, so it was about a 4-hour drive to get here. Not too bad. It's something pretty close for us to do in the area. We started making cosmetic skincare products out of our kitchen. 4 men making skincare out of their kitchen. That sounds pretty unique, right? Our mom and dad were like, what are you guys doing? It's pretty weird.
With our playbook, and what we really did was we put together a business plan based off the 4 M's. And the first M was money. You know, it's the first thing you need to really start a business. After you have your concept, some of your intellectual property that you're trying to create, you need money and capital. It's the oxygen in a business that keeps it alive. Without it,
the misconception before that is, well, how much money? I can't go to the bank. I need $100,000. That's not necessarily true. We started with a very small amount.
Yeah, our initial investment was $6,000. I sold a vehicle. We decided to carpool, and you know, it worked out pretty well. We were fortunate enough to be able to do that. But I know companies that are very successful today that just slowly fed into the business over time while working 2-3 jobs. You know, the one thing about money in a business, if you do take a loan, and they say there's the 3 F's to find money: your family, usually your first person to go to, your friends, and then potentially financing. Nothing against the banks, but we started our business in 2009, and our real estate down here was pretty far upside down, and banks were not really handing out any kind of loans. Our business plan was thorough. Our execution was there. They didn't give us an opportunity, obviously with the mortgage crisis. But one thing that's guaranteed with the bank loan is that your business might not be in business, but you still owe that money back. We didn't want to take on any risk. We didn't want to put anybody else in debt. So we did it ourselves and just carpooled and sacrificed. So M, the first M is money. It's crucial. You need it for the business.
It's the oxygen to your business. Without it, you cannot breathe. It's very important.
Our second M is the management. Whether you want to run the business yourself, we respect that. But to really make money in this world, you can't be working for yourself. You need people to be working with you or for you, because there's only so much you can do in a certain time period. And especially when you're in our line of industry, in our industry, we need multiple levels of management, and everybody is very important in our business, and we do treat them like family. But the management is, there's 4 brothers. You know, are we going to be fighting every day in the office, or are we going to actually have roles and responsibilities? We have a brother that was involved in financing. He ran the books. I mean, we started off with QuickBooks, monthly P&Ls. You know, he would run our expense reports, and he would say, stop going to this restaurant and bar all the time because you're spending too much money. But it worked out pretty well. We have a brother that's in sales. Danny's a graphic designer. He put together the brochures, designed the labels. I do more packaging, negotiations, buying, and selling. So we all kind of knew our assets for the business. Otherwise, you just keep spinning circles. And if there's too many leaders in the room, you really don't get anywhere, and you butt heads. It takes a lot for someone to stand down and let someone else take over. And it's very important to know the personality traits and to share those as well.
And another thing in business, it can be all fun and dandy and distributing roles, and maybe it's a family business and you guys want to make things equal, but at the end of the day, it is still business, and you do need a sole decision maker who can make a decision. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere, which was very difficult. We're going to talk about SWOT later, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And one of our weaknesses was 2 brothers agreeing on something, 2 brothers not agreeing on something. What do you do in those situations? At the end of the day, you have to make a decision. And as much as your brothers and whoever's stronger can maybe wrestle it out for a decision, you need to figure out a way to get around that. So those are things that we need to discuss as well. We strongly recommend the management thing and going, you know, to be business with your family member, because you can trust them. The whole blood is thicker as water thing, but we'll get into that as well. Choosing a business partner is very important if you're going to go that route, or if you're going to run it your own way.
To recap, we have M for money, M for management. The third M out of the 4 is marketing. We knew where we were in line with our industry and the size we were. As a very, very small company, we weren't even on the map. So we said, okay, we managed ourselves. We got a product we believe in. We'll explain how we even got that product, you know, into the marketplace. But now that we have something that we feel we want to test, let's get some feedback. Let's get some marketing, let's get some exposure. Customers are very important. They're the ones that are paying our bills every day and our salaries. So what we did was we took that word and cut it in half, and we did a market. Believe it or not, our first sale took place at a farmer's market in Tampa Bay. And we still attend the market today. It's Florida's largest farmers market. It's upscale. It's very nice, and it's amazing from how that seed grew into really the beast it is today because of just a little sale at the market. But better, really what took place there was we got to talk to our customers and ask them if this packaging or something else worked, or if this was a good component for the product. Because once you learn your product, you're going to be constantly making changes and improvements. You don't want to be sitting there and spending 5 years in that busy bee area. You want to be a working bee and make the money. And we realized very quickly within a very short period of time what worked for us. And we did that by listening to our customers.
And I think the problem is with a lot of small businesses or entrepreneurs that want to be these mega millionaires, the reason that they are failures is because they keep thinking about that money that just comes in overnight and they're going to just strike gold as soon as they come up with their invention or widget. The real nature behind the beast is actually just over time learning and generating. We didn't go to those markets and say, we're going to strike it rich, this is where we're going to make our big bucks. We were there to gain knowledge, record statistics, understand the marketplace. These bottles look nothing like what they were a couple years ago, only because we had consumers coming up to us and saying, oh, this is cool, but if this applicator were actually a spray top, it'd be easier to use. We then went back to the round table and understood what we were doing, because again, we were men making women's skincare products, so it's not like we grew up understanding that. We had to learn from zero, from the ground up.
Thank you, Google.
Yeah, I mean,
don't always trust Google though.
Yeah.
Or it hasn't
But no,
mentioned
but the skincare industry for four men was very unique, and that's going to bring us back a step in terms of what the heck were four guys doing. We knew that was a catchy hook. Four men making skincare products, but we were also making a healthy alternative to skincare, so that was another hook in itself. At the time, several years ago, there weren't. Now it's growing. It's being more common with the word natural being thrown around the marketplace and paraben-free skincare, and we got in at a nice time when those terms weren't out there, so it really helped us. And now other companies are jumping on board and doing very similar things. But at the time, there was no Aveeno Naturals and Jergens Naturals, and Nardo's Natural was dominating the marketplace. None others caught on, which was really exciting. But we were there to make a healthy alternative and make ourselves unique. What makes you stand out from the rest? There are a ton of skincare companies out there.
It's a very saturated market.
Nothing. We got on Shark Tank, but how did we get on there? It's all about the marketing and the genius behind that, because there's a million skincare companies. It's not like this thing's going to do your laundry for you. It's not any more unique than the other widgets out there in the world.
And the last time we always say is Mastronardo, which is our last name. Without last name, you're probably not going to be successful. No, I'm only joking. It just means that you really have to trust who you're in business with. We are family. It's something that when you do agree to go into business with someone, you essentially are kind of going to bed with them. You really have to be able to trust them. If I'm calling off for a day or I have a situation I have to take care of, I know that they're going to have my back. It's really crucial, very, very crucial. I've seen some really poor, really successful businesses go in the wrong direction because of the relationship of the equity and shareholders.